Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a very special battle report. With the recent changes to the channel and of course sponsorship via Wargames, I have drove to Southport and I am in the fantastic shop that is Wargames, and today, no surprise, I am playing off against Martin's White Scars. Say hi, Martin.
Hi guys, you alright?
So, as you can see, we've both deployed. There's been lots and lots of scout moves, very much mind games. It's took us about an hour to deploy in between chatting. But yeah, this game is going to be brutal both ways. Both very fast armies, both scouting armies, Blood Angels and White Scars. If you haven't already, please check out the Wargames website, Facebook page and YouTube channel. I will post a link to all of them in the description, but it's an absolute pleasure to be here in the shop and be playing on this beautiful table against Martin's fantastic White Scars. Let's have a quick look through the forces. Right, so here we go, folks. This is 1750 points of Blood Angels. The Warlord today is the Death Company Chaplain. It is the Lamartez model, so he will be counting as, like I said, the Death Company Chaplain. His Warlord trait, generate one additional card at the beginning of turn one, which is going to be incredibly helpful. We've got 2 units of Death Company with jump pack, 1 power sword in each. So they fill out the elite slots. We've got 2 troop choices, and in there we've got 2 5-man tactical squads with a plasma gun in each. 1 sergeant has a plasma pistol, 1 has a power sword, and they're both riding in drop pods. For third elite choice, we've got a unit of 5 Death Company with bolt guns. And yeah, that is going to be tasty because they're going to be leaping out of the Land Raider that is in the Armoured Task Force. So we've got 2 Baal Predators with flame storm cannons, heavy flamers, storm bolters and dozer blades, and then of course we've got the Dakar Pred in the middle. And for the Land Raider, we've gone for a Redeemer with a pintle mounted multi-melter on there as well. And then the bog standard Tech Marine. Not as good as the Space Marine Tech Marine, but he is required. And moving across, we've also got a unit of 5-man assault squad with 2 plasma guns. They're also going to be riding in drop pod. And we've got Brother Astromale, the Furioso Dreadnought with a heavy flamer and frag cannon, also riding in a drop pod. Now, because I'm running a Baal Strike Force, I do get 4 elite slots and +1 initiative on the charge, but I lose objective secured.
Hi guys, so here's my White Scars force. Any of you that have watched any of the footage or read up on the reports from No Retreat 4 will have already seen this. It is exactly as it was, because in my typical fashion I've not painted any more up to add to Harry's pain and misery for today. But we've got a Skyhammer Annihilation Force, which is 2 stock units of Assault Marines, no upgrades, and then 2 5-man units of Devastators, all with multi-melters. People mistake them for grabs. Sometimes they're the Forge Whaled underslung ones, and they're both rocking inside drop pods there. We've then got 2 units of attack bikes. We've got 5 units of 3 standard bikes, the class as troops, all rocking 2 melters and a combi melter. There's a level 2 librarian at the back with Hunter's Eye, for all the ignores cover shenanigans, and then Kasoro Khan there riding on Moondraken, and then at the back you can also see the mighty Fire Raptor, who if he manages to get on will cause some pain. My Warlord trait that I ran for the game is -1 to my opponent's reserve rolls, so that might come in really handy against these drop pods. We'll see what happens, and yeah, looking forward to the game.
Right, so we are playing on this fantastic Fallout themed board. And of course there is a broken highway in the centre. Martin won the roll-off. He's made me deploy first. Today's mission though is Deadlock. So we start with 6 cards. We've got Objective 6, Objective 5. Number 4 is at the bottom of the entrance ramp. Number 1 in the ruined buildings here. Number 4 and the last one's hiding down here somewhere. There we go, number 3. The mission is Deadlock, so we're drawing 6 cards. And like I said, very tactical deployment. Martin's making me go first, which means I have to leave enough on the board to score, but not enough in case he seizes and destroys me tanks, because that is a lot of melter. So as we look across this barren wasteland, the fast moving Blood Angel force and the White Scars are clashing in the centre before the battle has even begun. Like I said, lots of mind games, lots of melter, lots of flamers, both counteracting each other. But I think Martin's probably going to seize the initiative. Right, so the Blood Angels deploying first. We've got the Warlord with 5 Death Company here. The Land Raider has scouted up to the centre, and this Battle Predator is slightly repositioned. We've got another unit of Death Company just here in the ruins. And slight note, we didn't realise until after we just filmed, but the Battle Predator can't scout within 12 of another enemy. So I've literally just pulled him back where it was. It's not going to have affected any other of Martin's scouts anywhere. Meanwhile, his deployment and scout moves, he's got 1 squad here on Objective 3. These guys up the top, the Librarian and another unit in the middle, and both attack bikes have pushed forward. Meanwhile, Khan has moved back out of the way. Is it because there's Death Company in the Land Raider? We'll have to see. But Martin wants to seize the initiative on the roll of a 6.
Come on. No.
Blood Angels, turn 1. Right, so Blood Angels, turn 1. We draw 7 cards thanks to my Warlord trait. I've got Hungry for Glory, which is issue a challenge. Don't think that's going to happen this turn. We've got Overwhelming Firepower, shoot something to death. We've got Supremacy, control twice as many objective markers as Martin. Secure Objective 1, Secure Objective 6. Secure Objective 1 again, and Kingslayer. So, we've done the movement phase. The Chaplain has leapt forward with the Death Company to secure Objective 6 here. The Land Raider passed its difficult terrain and is going to torch some of them bikes with its Flamestorm cannon. It's then got shots from the Multi-Melter and the Assault Cannon on the front. So, should hopefully kill that. Meanwhile, this Battle Predator is going to lend support and fire round here, because this Battle Predator, the assault squad with the plasmas and the tactical squad with the plasmas, needs to get rid of probably 3 attack bikes in the 2 squads altogether. Hopefully we can at least minimise the melter coming in, but the Dark Pred through there can get line of fire on 1 or 2 of those units. Meanwhile, 4 Death Company have landed right in front of the White Scars Librarian. They are going for Kingslayer. They won't get issue with challenges. There's no characters in that unit. And as you can see, one of them fell through the gap, plummeted to his death, unfortunately, not making his dangerous terrain. So hopefully, we should be able to minimise the melter shots coming in for the minute, but I know there's a Skyhammer waiting to arrive, and I need to score as many points as I can, as fast as I can, before Martin obliterates the Blood Angels. So in the shooting phase, of course, the Land Raider absolutely torched the 3 bikers that were there, and the Multi-Melter actually killed the Melter Gunner that was here. So that's going to force a morale check on Khan. Could I get lucky? We'll have to see. Meanwhile, the Battle Predator down here, failing to do much, only inflicted a wound or 2 on the bikes there, and it was actually the Plasma Gunners in the assault squad that killed the other one. I then needed to try and kill this squad here, and these plasmas didn't hit. The Plasma Gunner actually got hot and nearly blew it up in his face, but his armour managed to save him. Between rapid fire from the bolt guns and a couple of shots from the storm bolters on the drop pods, we managed to kill one, but it was only killed by a stray heavy bolter shot from that Pinson mounted heavy bolter on the Battle Predator. That's all they could see. So Martin does have 3 morale checks to make. We're going to get them on camera in case it makes a difference. So the unit of 2 attack bikes, Martin, they're fine. And then the lone one by himself,
he's running.
Oh, 3d6.
He's alright. He's alright. We'll move that in a minute.
But Khan, leadership 10, I presume.
Yeah.
Oh!
He's off the table. He can't not be. Yeah, go on.
Oh my word. Wow. Yep, I made a mistake as well when I mentioned in the movie phase. I thought this guy was the Warlord, but it was actually Khan, and I've just scored Kingslayer. You know what? I even said to Martin, I'm going to pop the Multi-Melter just in case I get super lucky, and you know what? It paid off.
Oh, that was a bad
wow.
saving for me.
And yeah, these Death Company with the bow pistols put a single wound on this guy. So hopefully we should be able to make the charge and take him out as well. That was absolutely brutal. I think Martin would probably agree whoever went first here was going to casualty the other one. Yeah. But then the other one's going to retaliate in the first turn anyway. Wow. Wow. Let's move on to the combat and see what I can do. And in the assault phase, the Death Company doing what they do best and tearing apart that librarian at initiative 5 before he even got a chance to swing. And they've consolidated 3 inches that way. So let's have a look at the points. Right, so after that brutal turn, I score supremacy because I control objective 6 and objective 5. Number 1 is actually contested, but Martin actually only holds secure objective marker 3. So I score that. Overwhelming firepower. I killed a squad of bikers. I killed the other squad of bikers that ran with Khan and Khan in the shooting phase, scoring me Kingslayer as well, Martin booing. And I score secure objective 6 with them. So I actually get Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and objective 6 for 3 points, plus 3 D3. Right, so turn 1 for the White Scars. Martin has drew secure objective 4, 1, 2, and 3. And he's got feigned retreat. He needs to make a hit and run and claim the head. He needs to kill somebody in a challenge. So, this attack bike is on the ground floor and it's going to shoot out at this multi-melter in the hopes of blowing it up. But he's also got the option for these 2 guys to shoot either that or the Battle Predator or those guys. With those guys being able to obviously go after the Marines. We've then got 1 Devastator squad from the Skyhammer. Again, multiple targets with the Battle Predator and the drop pod there. But over here, this doesn't look pretty because first unit of Assault Marines went here but scattered over there. And the second has landed here. So Martin has put the Devastators behind them. They can either take out the Battle Predator, the Land Raider, or indeed here to whittle down the Overwatch fire. But Martin's going to see what all these units can do first with rapid fire bolt guns into this unit, because if he can whittle down this unit mostly, these guys are going to be charging in. So I might have hurt Martin on my first turn, but he's certainly going to be hurting me. Right, so unsurprisingly in the shooting phase, Martin has annihilated some tanks. As you can see, the Land Raider is no more. Only 2 hits from these multi-melters, but he managed to blow it open. And these guys are going to be charging in with their bow pistols and managed to kill a single one. Meanwhile, fire from the Stormbolter, the Assault Marines, and both biker squadrons failed to even take a single wound on this squad. Absolute dice of death. Meanwhile, across here, 3 multi-melters at a drop pod, and somehow it survives. 2 penetrating hits, 1 stunned, and 1 weapon destroyed. So, Martin's not going to score objective marker 1, unfortunately, because he's not going to trump me on that. But these guys here, rapid fire bolters, 3 wounds, and I fail 3 saves. So, of course, they haven't ran, and are now going to get mowed down by some White Scar bikers. But these guys here, pop went the Battle Predator, which is very, very handy because Martin has taken out that AP3 where he needs to. So, with that, we've got a couple of charges to make, in particular down here. But let's see what happens in this combat phase. Can Martin do more damage? Right, so combats for Martin. He charged in and cut down 1 Marine here. He passed his morale though, and then Martin decided to hit and run the bikers back here. He has objective secured, so he is going to trump me on objective marker 1. There's a lot of guys here I need to take out for me to score them double points. This guy scores him objective marker 4 for down here. Meanwhile, in the underpass, the Assault Marines charged in at the Tech Marine and the Death Company, and with Hammer of Rats and Weight of Dice managed to kill 4 of the Death Company, and they've then hit and ran, scoring Martin another point for that. But best of all, in the centre, yep, we may have lost 4 Death Company, but the Chaplain alone, issuing a challenge, slew 3 of the Marines, and the Power Sword, before he was cut down at the same time from the other Assault Marines, brought down the other 2. So that does score Martin a total of 5 points, and he's going to discard claim the head, which is kill an enemy character in a challenge. Absolutely brutal, but let's see what happens on Blood Angels turn 2, because we've got a lot of reserves. Right, so Blood Angels turn 2, we've got Hungry for Glory, Decapitate and Strike, both of which I reckon I can do. And we've got Secure Objective 1 twice still. I need to get rid of them bikes and fast. Hold the line, that ain't gonna happen. And the only reserves that's coming on is the Tactical Marines in the drop pod. So these guys, unfortunately, despite going for objective marker 6, got a massive scatter back 8 inches. So I've pushed them out. I'm going to try and do as much damage to this squad as I can. Maybe I can make them jink with the plasma. It'll be handy. Meanwhile, the Warlord and the Death Company are going after this squad. Those guys have got nothing to deal with. And this Devastator squad I need rid of fast. So, the Baal Predator and the Death Company and Tech Marine are hopefully going to be able to do enough damage to take these guys out. And the Death Company, you never know, positioning, I might be able to leave the Sergeant left. I'd rather take the Overwatch from a bolt gun than a melter gun. Meanwhile, over this side, Death Company have hurtled off the top of the carriageway, and we're going to have a couple of bolt pistols firing in at this squad. Try and get rid of them as best we can in the charge phase, as well as shooting this one guy with his plasma gun at this squad. Hopefully we can take objective 1. Right, so shooting, not great, not bad, I suppose. These guys rapid fired the plasma and killed 1, and the bolters did nothing. The drop pod also lending extra attacks there. Meanwhile, down here, Infernus pistol from the chaplain hit and failed to wound, but Martin elected to jink, and there's no more Devastator squad. It was fire from the Baal Predator, Iron Rain, combined with the bolt gun from that Death Company that actually took out the last guy. Down here though, no such luck. Not a single sausage done. Weight of bolt of fire there. Plasma and bolt pistol fire from the Death Company did absolutely nothing. Yeah, so the lack of reserves has really hurt us a lot. But hopefully we can take some of these guys out in combat and take objective 1 back. Right, so in the combat phase, this didn't go according to plan. Yeah, because the hit and ran out. Despite getting several wounds with re-rolling hits and wounds, Martin passed every save. And then he slew the Death Company and hit and ran. Meanwhile, down here, the 2 Death Company charged in and managed to cut down the attack bike with the power sword. However, Martin then failed morale, and the other one has ran back here. The Tactical Marines charged in meanwhile, and swinging at initiative and strength 5 managed to cut down the Sergeant. Martin then doing no wounds in return, but he's elected to not hit and run because he wants to deny me objective marker 1. That's going to be crucial because that, for me at the minute, is worth 2 points. And if he can take out a lot of this here, he's going to prevent me that. So it's a case of, do I discard one of the objective marker 1s? We'll have to see. But, yeah, things aren't going too well for the Blood Angels at the moment. So I score 1 point for Hungry for Glory, and I score 1 point for Decapitate and Strike. I can only discard 1 card, so I'm going to discard Hold the Line, because Martin's speed's just going to stop me from getting that. So let's move into White Scars, turn 2. Right, so White Scars, turn 2. Martin has drew Supremacy, no prisoners, Mounted Assault, which is completely destroy a unit with a bike unit. Secure Objective 2 and 3. And well, the Fire Raptor's in, so Martin is moving in for the kill. He reckons probably these 2 attack bikes, maybe take out the Death Company, this drop pod. We've got the multi-melters down here, probably going to take out that drop pod. Melter guns here taking on this Baal Predator. We've got the Assault Squad going after the lonely Chaplain Warlord. And we've got the 2 bikers at this side going after the Tactical Squad here. But importantly, the Fire Raptor has a commanding view of the table and has his choice of targets. So let's move into shooting phase, and I'm expecting this to hurt quite a bit. So the White Scars have ensued absolute devastation. You'll notice that the Tactical Squad is gone, thanks to the cannon on the front of the Fire Raptor. The drop pod is snap firing thanks to melter shots from these 2 bikers, and 5 pistol shots from these guys at the Warlord, 2 wounds. And I even said to Martin, watch me roll 2 failed saves. There you go. And he doesn't have Feel No Pain, and he doesn't have 3 wounds. So he, unfortunately, is dead, which scores Martin slay the Warlord, and of course, adding to the no prisoners total. You'll notice the Tech Marine and the Death Company aren't there. That's thanks to the missiles on the Fire Raptor. This guy took a snapshot from the bikes. He survived, but Martin's going to charge him with Strength 5 Hammer of Wraths, and then, of course, all them Strength 4 attacks. I'm not expecting that to survive. But over here, blown up drop pod thanks to Devastators with multi-melters, and despite 2 multi-melter shots from down here and 2 crack grenades, nothing was done to this drop pod. This drop pod is invincible. It's got no storm bolter, and it's on 1 hull point. Wow. So Martin seriously needs to kill these couple of units here, but that's pretty much all I've got left. Not getting me reserves, and Martin's Warlord trait of -1 to my roll absolutely costing me severely. But I think he's probably going to take it back on points. He has absolute board control. You think Blood Angels are fast? Not compared to White Scars. Right, so Assault Phase is really not good for us. Those guys charged in trying to do an extra hit with a crack grenade, but unfortunately failed to damage. And despite Strength 5 Hammer of Wrath at the side armor, crack grenade, and 4 attacks, Martin only did 2 hull points to the Baal Predator, so it lives. Down here, meanwhile, not a thing done on either side, apart from 1 crack grenade from that guy. Got the last glance on the drop pod. So, because the biker actually killed the drop pod, Martin scores Mounted Assault. He scores Supremacy, and he rolled for 3 points for that. And then no prisoners, he destroyed 6 units. So he actually gets D3 plus 3. And he rolled a 3, granting him 5 points for that. And he also scores Objective 2, scoring 10 points in that 1 turn. Ouch. That is 15-10 to Martin after 2 turns. And I've only got 2 reserves to come on, if I'm lucky. I wonder if they do come on though, Martin. I'm going to roll this on camera because I'm nervous. Let's go with Brother Astromil, the Furioso Dreadnought. He's on.
No, he's not. -1.
It would be a 3+, so a 4 makes it on. And outflanking Baal Predator is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I pick. And I get to choose. So, Blood Angels turn 3, we've got Secure Objective 1 twice. It's going to be difficult to get it, but I'm hoping we can. We've got Big Game Hunter, kill a drop pod, not likely. And we've also got no prisoners, kill 3 or more units if possible. Right, so we have done the entire turn. The Baal Predator, everything unloaded into these guys. I got 2 Wrens with the Assault Cannon and killed 1 with the rest of it. The Heavy Bolters killed 1 more. And then the Storm Bolter got incredibly lucky with 1 wound and Martin failing his save, scoring me 1 point for no prisoners. The Baal Predator, of course, absolutely torched the Devastators that were on this side with the Flamestorm Cannon. He didn't even shoot with anything else. And the Dreadnought, double tapping the Frag Cannon, Assault 2 Templar. I got 1 rend and 1 wound, and Martin failed his armor save. So that got me 3 units for no prisoners. Down here, though, the Assault Marine charged in, and as you can see, nothing's changed. No wounds dished out on either side. So the only thing that I actually score is no prisoners for D3 victory points. Come on. 2 points. It's not bad. It's not great. I'm going to discard Big Game Hunter because I've got so little to be able to kill armor now. Yep. Right, so White Scars turn 3. Martin's got overwhelming firepower behind enemy lines, Blood and Guts, and secure Objective 3. But based on his movement, again, he's going for the kill. He's hoping he can get lucky. Maybe those 2 guys can take out that 1 guy for Blood and Guts. Brother Astromil is going to come under fire, though, because the Fire Raptor has dropped to hover mode. And despite all of this ruin being in the way, his rear armor is not obscured at all. So that's going to be painful. We've got melter guns here at the rear armor of the Baal Predator. And we've got the bikers here as well. Going for this pod. And because this pod and both units of bikers are in my deployment zone, it's going to also give Martin behind enemy lines. The White Scars proving that they have the manoeuvrability that the Blood Angels just don't have today. Absolute devastation. The White Scars are making mincemeat of the Blood Angels. The melter guns blowing up this pod. The melter guns here making mincemeat of the Baal Predator. And meanwhile, Brother Astromil fell to weight of fire from the Fire Raptor, gaining no cover save whatsoever. In combats though, one Death Company slain by the attack bike, and the guy with the power sword managed to kill the attack bike. So, Martin scores overwhelming firepower for 2 points. He rolled a d3 because he killed 3. Behind enemy lines, he also scores 2 points for. Martin's going to keep hold of Secure 3 and discard Blood and Guts. So, Blood Angel turn 4, and I drew Ascendancy, which was Control Any 3. Not happening. So basically, down here, I charged him with the Death Company, and we managed to kill a single biker. And that was it. Martin did nothing else but hit and ran. And the reason he hit and ran, despite giving me 2 points for objective matter 1, is because he's on 20 victory points to my 14 with Slay the Warlords. And basically we're going to call it, because melter gun at the rear armor, and then the Fire Raptor's basically going to come in and mop up with this, which would leave me with a single drop pod. Wow, that was an absolute brutality of a game, but we both knew that we'd be dancing around each other. Me with the flamers, Martin with the melters, both of us with a hell of a lot of speed. But you've seen my Fire Raptor, and Martin's does exactly the same. It makes mincemeat of whatever it touches. It's been absolutely brilliant being down at War Games and being able to see it in person. There are some beautiful tables, some fantastic scenery, and of course discount on multiple gaming system products, including Games Workshop and many more. Please check out Martin and War Games. I will post a link in the description to Facebook and of course the website and YouTube page. Martin, you know what? I'm going to shake your hand on camera. We danced around each other so much for them turns, but Martin having the modifier with the reserve rolls was absolutely key.
I genuinely thought I'd lost a turn 1 with Khan running off and the librarian being stupidly placed out, forgetting about your Death Company. I thought, I can't come back from it, but that lack of reserves coming in on turn 2 for you with my Fire Raptor coming in
was devastating.
Yeah, getting some lucky rolls on my D3 objectives as well. Getting 10 points on turn 2 really pushed the lead, and then my speed just overtook.
Yeah,
it was brutal, but loads of fun.
No problem. Like I said, folks, check out War Games, links in the description. But for now, I'm off home. Thanks very much for watching. Please check out the rest of the channel, and we'll see you next time.